Hey guys, and welcome back to Honey, We're Home. We have a special guest today. I am Caroline Crawford-Patterson, and this is...
John Patterson III.
My husband.
I'm in the building.
Okay, John, before we start, I have many questions for you.
I want to say before I start, I want to say I'm proud of you.
Oh, that's nice of you.
You're amazing.
Are you going to cry?
No, I'm not going to cry. I'm just saying, like, I'm hyped for you. I'm proud that you're doing this. And I've been listening. Sometimes I'll turn the volume down a little bit just so I can get my play in.
Yeah.
But you're an inspiration to me, and I'm hyped to be on here.
You're nice.
I am. I'm coming with the vibes today.
I didn't think...
Yeah. See, that y'all thought I was going to come on here and try to get back or...
No, yeah. Yep. You'll rebuttal, I'm sure.
We'll see.
It's okay. Okay, my first question for you is, are you nervous?
I would say my nerve level is decent, but it's just us in here.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, a little nervous.
Okay, my second question is, does this suffice as our Friday date night?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay, so I know you've had like a long week, so we have drink options for you.
Okay.
Usually Nikki and I just bring whatever is in the fridge, but I thought I would be a good wife and give you some good options. So first, we have white wine, not red, since I know that spilling icks you out.
Yeah, I did.
But the wine is named after me. It is my middle name. So I did find a way to make it about myself. So here's this. A wine named Grace.
Yeah, there it is.
You're welcome, Mom. Here's a High Noon peach. Because or it's mango. Actually, I'm so wrong. Here's a High Noon because you're a seltzer guy. I know you love a little seltzer.
I do. Okay.
And then lastly, in case you really needed something, is some bottled old fashioned. In case your week has been that long.
I think that people would judge me if I was just ripping.
I think it's pre-mixed.
Old fashioned cocktail right now.
Is it not pre-mixed? I'm
gonna opt for the High Noon.
Okay, fantastic.
A casual sip. Do you want wine or what's the word right now?
I'm
going here.
I'll take the High Noon. We can be in this together.
So we're gonna share this?
It's okay. We don't have to share.
Wait, so I'm glad we captured this live. She asked me what I want. I say High Noon.
The whole High Noon.
And then she goes, no, I want the High Noon. This is it. This is it.
No.
This is.
I meant like we could share it. I'll have the wine. Take the wine, please. Because when
on.
you inevitably refill to drink the rest of it, I don't want to have to switch from High Noon to wine when there's already High Noon in my glass. Oh, you poured the whole sucker in there.
I mean, it's a High Noon. It's not like it's
okay.
2 shots of vodka.
Okay.
Do you want this or
No. I want the wine. My next question is, do you like the shirt that I'm wearing?
This is also for the people not watching. She has on a very pink shirt. Beautiful. I do like the shirt. It is my shirt. And it's only right that you wore an article of my clothing.
And why am I wearing this shirt?
Because you asked me if I wanted to wear it, and I said no.
Yes.
Because I said it was a little too bright.
Yes. So I wore it instead.
Yep.
I figured it should be worn. My next question, do you like my new shoes?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yesterday, my wife sent me a picture.
Did you go try to get these for me?
No, I did not.
Because you don't think they're actually cute.
No, I think they're cute.
But you only hearted my picture that I sent you of
I
these
hearted
Uggs?
the picture because I knew if I said more, I was going to be endorsing a buy. And not to say that I didn't endorse. And the purchase was still made. It's just what's going to happen regardless.
Well, I went to Macy's and I thought if they have them, then it's meant to be.
Wow.
And they had them. And it's meant to be.
They look great.
This is actually why I'm wearing this shirt.
Because it matches.
Because it matches. And I planned it. And they're really, really cute.
What were you going to do if I said that I wanted to wear the shirt, though?
Well, I hadn't known that I was going to buy them yet.
Okay. So it wasn't that planned.
No, I mean, it was planned when I was in the shower this morning.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Which is about as far as I can do things.
Just okay. I love it.
Okay.
This is pretty good. This is a pretty good start. Now I'm hyped.
Okay.
One sip.
My next question is, what pump up song did you listen to on the subway over here?
Honestly, I rode in silence. I think I was still at work in the train. I was still thinking.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah, no, silent. 30-minute subway is a strong way to go.
Wow.
Yeah,
I listened to Justin Bieber, but I mean,
I'm surprised it wasn't Miss Swift.
Yeah, but Justin Bieber was like a lot of the songs that were on repeat during our wedding weekend, so I was like, oh, it'll put me in the mood for like a couples episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little peaches.
Yeah, little peaches.
Okay.
My last question is, do you want to go to Margaritaville after this?
I feel like Margaritaville and this podcast are almost synonymous at this point.
Yeah.
We'll see how well it goes. If it goes well, maybe. If it goes bad, then also maybe.
Okay. Okay, so John is going to tell us a little bit about himself, and then we're going to get into the episode, and we are going to talk a little bit about date night, who plans date night, what we do, our January date night series. We're going to talk a little bit about being in an interracial marriage, and we're going to talk a little bit about love languages before we switch to questions that you guys had for John that I co-signed and may or may not have added on to because I thought that they were funny. And then we'll end with Lover War, Ick of the Week. And somewhere in there, we'll get some suggestions from John about some date night recommendations in the city.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah,
Give us a little intro.
I'm the oldest of 3 boys from Chicago, North Chicago originally, suburbs of Chicago. Grew up outside Atlanta. Played football, work in finance. I'm not a finance bro, but I do work in finance.
John was a finance bro. And let me tell you something, that the picture of John as a baby that circulates around his family
I mean, I had a button down on and some slacks, but that
you
was,
were a toddler.
I was actually dressed up as Bob the Builder more
no, you were not. It was literally a button down, probably the same pattern you still wear to work this day.
It was like an Oxford.
You had the belt on. You had the khakis on, pulled up to your little belly button, and you had your hands in your pocket. Every picture of you got your hands in your little pockets.
Always been fresh. I had a hammer too. A hammer, a ladder. It was all deal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the only person that thinks that, and I just want to make that clear.
I am. There it is.
Okay, so everybody knows the story from my perspective of how we met.
Yeah.
If you can give a brief version from your perspective, just because I know that you made it clear on that episode that also was not
This
true.
is our favorite. This is our favorite thing to talk about because
I'm not going to interject. I'm not. Oh my God, we did not cheers. Wow. Cheers. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Okay, now give us a story.
Okay, how we met. I think most people know we met in college. I was a sophomore, she was a junior, and we just.
Okay, you don't have to tell people that.
That you're older than me.
Why is that so important?
I want them to know that there's a little bit of credit robbing going on.
No.
I mean, what are you're just being honest. That's all that's happening. So yeah, I think we had class together. It was an 8 a.m. class, public speaking. And obviously, like, public speaking is the last class you want at 8 a.m. But it also is like one of the few classes that you end up talking to people in the class, or someone is like, there's a lot of focus on one person. You're standing up, you're presenting. And I had all of my buddies in this class. So it was a pretty fun class. And Wofford is a small school. That's when we went to school. It's like, I feel like at that point in my sophomore year, I knew everyone on campus. Mm-hmm. And you went up to present, and I was like, who is this? Like, I feel like I had never seen you before. And I think I was like me and all my friends were kind of talking. I'm like, dude, she's cute. Like, I
was cute.
I'm like, I might try to talk to her and see. I'm like, literally, I was at that point where I didn't want to go out. I was like, oh, if I haven't seen her before, that means that she isn't every other Wofford girl. Like, she does something different. Like, I don't know.
This was the funniest part to me, is that you thought that I was like a low key.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I must not know her because she doesn't go out. Like, she's chill. She's probably out the way.
I just hadn't been at school for a semester.
Yeah, I was like, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
I was like, actually just not there.
And so that is when I started, I played a long game. Over the course of the semester, talking to you during, like, just being obnoxious, probably clapping extra loud at your speeches, and then like randomly talking to you during class. Like, it was more just, I wasn't pressed, but I was also like, let's see if I can make this happen. I think once or twice I talked to you after class, and then randomly I saw, remember we had a water break one time in class, and you went to the bathroom when you were on the way back. I like spoke to you, and we had like a little 2-minute conversation, impromptu, just a little.
Conversation. I did go to the water fountain, and you were in the hallway.
That did happen, yeah.
And you did say something to me.
On the way back, I was just like, "Hey, what's up?" You know what I mean?
That counts as our conversation.
Yeah, I was just breaking the ice. Just you didn't know who I was, obviously.
I think you said you put in the groundwork.
Yeah, I was just kind of making myself familiar. But again,
Sorry, I have to move like a million times.
No, you're good. Get comfortable. But then randomly, I feel like I saw you at a party, and I was like, oh, wait, this is Caroline from class. I'm like, let me go talk to her. So I went up, gave you a hug, talked to you a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can always tell, like, as a guy like that, first hug.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't an awkward hug. It wasn't like a, why are you trying to hug me? You gave me like a hug.
Oh, yeah. No, I did.
You did the above hug.
No, because you gave me that kind of hug.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I came in, I tried to.
Yeah, my heart like melted a little bit.
Yeah, I tried to meet you a little bit.
But it had already melted.
But I feel like we made eye contact.
No, you gave me a two-handed hug, which is to this day why when you give me a one-handed hug, I'm like.
You're like, do you hate me? What's wrong? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, where's your other hand?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. I started, the bar was set from first hug.
Not too high. The bar was set appropriately where it should be.
Yeah, the bar
right.
Done.
You just try to lower it sometimes. No. It doesn't need to go there.
That's fair. So yeah, I was like, hey, I think it would be cool if we hung out sometime. And you were like, like outside of class. So I'm like, yes, outside of class.
Yes,
like,
outside of class.
That would be cool. And we started hanging out, and I started to get to know you. And the rest is definitely history.
Not really. It's a long story after that.
There's stuff in there, but it definitely is.
Okay.
That's the story.
Well, I hope you feel better now that everyone's story is on record.
Yeah.
Okay. The story is on record, and it will never be agreed upon.
That's hilarious.
And that's fine.
I love it. Yeah. At the end of the day, we hit it off, and we're here today, going almost on 3 years of marriage. Like we're 2.
Yeah, we're doing well.
2 and 7. Yeah,
we're 2 and 7.
Locked in.
Okay, so it is January. John and I do January date nights every year, or like we've tried to start this tradition. We want to talk a little bit about date nights, and so I want your perspective on kind of date night theories, like tell us about the January date night, how it came to be, how it works. Also talk to us about spontaneous date nights.
Yeah. So I think date night theory, or I'll start with the January date nights. January, it's a tough month. Especially in New York. It's dark, it's cold. You have every excuse to sit in the house. Normally when you start the year, work is busy, you're kind of in that grind mode. And so I think we wanted to be intentional, because I think we were finding that seasonal depression is a thing, and sometimes you're just not feeling good.
Which was our last week's episode.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you stopped listening before that.
Yeah, no, I had the volume low. I got my plan. It's tough. We'll circle back to it, but great podcast. Y'all are amazing. Literally,
John doesn't like to hear people talk about him.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough. Okay,
but
so
I think our goal was to be intentional, and the goal was just like, hey, let's do something that's gonna make both of us feel good. And when we first started off, it was like I was up to plan something that you would really enjoy, and you were up to plan something you thought I would really enjoy, and we just alternated every single week. Yeah.
So every Friday in January. And this year's kind of been a little whack, but we alternate who plans the date night.
Yeah.
And it's something, though, that the other person really would either appreciate doing, wants to do, has been on their list for forever, that is maybe not necessarily like your speed.
Yeah.
And so like John would plan one for me, activity and dinner and an activity. Mm-hmm. And then I would plan one for him. And it's just like an opportunity to do like something that's ideal for you. Like it doesn't have to be something that both people really enjoy. Yeah. Because like next week is your turn. And then you get to try all these new experiences and have something to look forward to. And like last year we did the Friends Museum. That was like one of my, like John did that for my week.
Yeah, it was super cool.
And then like one week we like went to the iPick movie theaters because like I don't really like going to the movies. Yeah. But it was fun. And then I would like give you some inspiration and you would give me some.
Yeah, it's like, well, what are some things in New York that you haven't done that you really want to do?
Or honestly, and my favorite question is, what do you not want to do?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're just like not in the mood for something. Like even for dinner, I'll be like, what do you not want? It's an easier way to get to your end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day nights being intentional about day night is huge. And I feel like when you also know that it's day night, you just bring a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like, yeah. It's not just an afterthought. Okay. And then also we do spontaneous date nights.
So spontaneous date nights it can be so many different things that lead to it. I'll give a couple. Like sometimes I'm at work and I'm texting you like, hey, I'm tired. And you're like, yeah, I've had a day. And I'm like, okay, neither of us are wanting to cook.
It always starts with no one wants to cook.
No one wants to cook. And it's like, we could DoorDash or we could eat in, but if we're going to spend the money, then we might as well go out and enjoy it. And then that turns into
it's like a yes night almost.
Place.
It's like a miniature yes night.
Yep. Dinner at a fun place, and then you have a cocktail, and then you're like, oh, well, let's go somewhere after. And it just forms like.
But
just
no
being,
reservations.
No reservations.
Like we will try places that you can never get a reservation at. We're fine to sit at the bar. We're fine to wait. Like
I also think that's the time that you can get into some of the like restaurants that you can't get into on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
You know, you bounce over to Don Angie.
But even going in with the mindset of like, if they say it's 2 hours, like we don't care. Like we'll go get a nap somewhere else. Like one night, we actually went to dinner at 3 different places. Like
we ate an app. We sat down and ate an app because we were waiting on somewhere else overnight. And it was.
And then we went somewhere to the next place and we got an app and we were like, we actually don't really like it here, but the cocktails are good. Yeah. And so then we left. And then, I mean, after we like had our time and then we went somewhere else and like.
By that time we got our text and we were ready to.
Yeah. I mean, it was fantastic, but it's just like you're lowering the bar for how it's supposed to look.
Yeah.
And then you're up for anything. And for whatever reason, it's like, it's very romantic because it's not planned.
I also think sometimes the stress of having a plan that has gone awry, like maybe you thought, oh, I'm going to try to go put my name down here, or I want to go to this restaurant and then we're going to do this after.
Yeah.
You have a specific plan. Sometimes if anything throws a wrench in there, like the food wasn't good or you are running late for your rest, so now you're worried about losing your reservation because somebody takes too long to get ready, and now the one person at the door and they're fully ready to go, keys in hand, and then it's Caroline and she's running behind. And so in that scenario, instead of like I have a plan, I have this thing to do.
You'll have to introduce me to that girl. I don't think I know her.
Yeah, we'll have to after the podcast we can we can have a chat. I know her. I think sometimes when you have that plan and then it goes left, it becomes a point of stress versus the spontaneous date night.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a rest, so no one's running late. There's not a thing that you're trying to do. You just really want to spend time together. You want to go get food. You want to go grab a drink.
And usually unwind.
And
also I feel like being an adult is nonstop planning. Like you have to have a plan. Everything is serious. Sometimes also like you have a plan and then you get to that plan and you're too tired. So this is like a decision that gets made in the moment. Like, you know, when you have a pulse check, like how much energy do we have right now?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
So it's like at 5 p.m. being like, weirdly, I have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Let's do something with it.
You always feel bad. There's that meme. It's like, oh, I made my social side of me made plans and my introverted side is decided not to show up. It's like, yeah, when you do something spontaneous in the moment, then...
It's like the grown-up version of like living with your friends in college where you're just like, oh, I feel like doing this. Anybody want to go?
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah. And so, but you have to be down for it because for a while we were not down for that type of vibe. Like we were like, well, we didn't make a reservation and we didn't plan this and we don't know where we want to go. And it's going to be all this decision making. And you just have to commit to like not being that side of yourself for the evening.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
I agree.
Yeah. Sometimes we end up at the cigar bar. That's awesome.
Yep.
And like you said, it's great after happy hour.
Yep. If you're already you already have a happy hour for work or you're kind of already in a fun mood, it's so much easier to say, oh, let's keep the night going. Let's see where this takes us.
Yeah, we keep the night going until you want to go home and I want to stay out.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that wall every time.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. Unless I'm coffeeed up and like straight up espresso martini at the table, then it's not. It's probably
it's not gonna work. Yeah, I like have multiple walls of like, oh, I got my second and my third one. If I blow past all of those, I'm up for the night. Yeah. Like I'm always tired, but if I blow past those,
I'm along for the ride.
Yeah. Sitting in the corner like, okay, it's time to go home. But yeah, I think date nights are great. I think the January date night is a fantastic thing, a dinner and an activity.
Yep.
I think the spontaneous date night is a fantastic thing. Who do you feel's job it is to plan date nights?
I wouldn't say it's any person's job. I would say that you should do it off the person that has capacity. And like, if you're now, you kind of have to be cognizant or you have to be observant. Hey, my wife is the one that always has capacity, or they're the one that always are doing it. So like, if you're always the one that's planning, then I think it will feel nice if somebody else like stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, because sometimes you do think that somebody's doing something because they always have capacity, and then you have to like kind of take a step back and say, are they doing it because they always have capacity, right, or are they always doing it because I'm not doing it and it needs to get done?
Yeah. I think that's fair. I wouldn't say it's on one side. I think the most important thing is, you know, having communication on, hey, you know, what are you looking for? Do you have the energy for this, that, or the third?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I think switching off also gives different vibes. So for me, if I plan it, there's going to be a certain thing that I'm going to lean towards, versus when you plan it, we always end up at omakase, or we always end up doing something different.
Are you saying that I'm predictable?
No. Not like when I say always, you push us to do new stuff. Like the first time we did omakase, the second time we did omakase, those were both you. I always like look at them like, it's too much of a much of a hassle. Like I don't want.
Well, you just think you're never going to be full.
That's actually the number one thing I think about.
And then you always end up full.
Yeah, I do.
But you do always order extra.
Yeah,
we get to the end and you're like, and so what other 3 things do you want?
I liked 8 of those. Let's do
another round. No, not a whole other round, but yeah.
No, I would never.
Okay, so do you want to give us your top 3 recommendations in the city, or just date night recommendations?
Yeah, so I think for date night recommendations.
Yeah, like I could give mine, but I retired from restaurant picking. John's good at it. I can do it, but I don't need to. So I've retired.
Belly, great app. Just great
Spell
app.
Spell it.
BELI.
And
downloading that. Yeah. And every time you go to a restaurant, major cities, you mark that you liked it, you disliked it, what you got, what you enjoy. And then it basically will help you rank all the restaurants that you've gone to. And then once you do enough,
this is the first. Literally, we touched down the day we.
Yeah, I don't know how
we moved to New York.
I don't know how they targeted me so well. Like Belly,
like
great
John
job
is literally like you. At the time, it was only in New York, or it might have been in like one other city.
Oh, you were sobbing. We were coming into the city. It was like.
Yeah, I was crying. I was excited.
Yeah, so sob made it sound sad.
Yeah, I wasn't upset.
You were light. It wasn't.
I was like listening to my New York soundtrack.
Yeah, no, yeah, you had Welcome to New York blasting.
Yeah. In my first class seat, because they had one upgrade and I took it.
Yeah, I was sitting in the back.
Sorry.
But I actually think it was my upgrade at the time.
It probably was.
That's hilarious.
No, it probably was. We touched down. We set our bags down in our Airbnb. I don't know why. Like we didn't even need to rest. And John is on Belly. Like he's just like
oh,
so
wow,
hyped.
This app is crazy. Like once you rate enough restaurants, they'll start to give you suggestions. On the next places to hit. So I think, we talked about dinner and activity.
Yeah.
I love that idea. And for restaurants that we like to hit, obviously there are a bunch of restaurants that are like the cream of the crowd. Or like people are always like fawning over.
Yeah, but what are yours?
Donangie,
okay, well, Isodi slaps.
Isodi's amazing.
So let's not even.
No. I'm saying these are all the places. Like, I feel like people
you just listed places you actually love.
I love every single one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you do.
But I don't think that's like a fresh take that people.
Okay,
like.
So what's your unique take?
I would say, and these are probably also popular, but I don't know if I kind of want to gatekeep one of these. But Barbudo, we like going to Barbudo. Is a good vibe.
Barbudo is great.
Bird Dog is another good one.
Yeah. They changed the name though. It's Southern Charm now.
Southern Charm. There we go. We really, really enjoy Leroy House. That's like
that's the one you wanted to gatekeep.
I almost didn't say it, but that's our neighborhood restaurant.
I want to gatekeep that too, but
kind of went there like twice a week.
Yeah, Leroy House is great.
Chicken.
Yeah.
But I think the way that I kind of do it also is trying to pick different cuisines.
Saying somewhere has the best chicken is so crazy, and every time we tell people that, they're like, "What?" But like,
it made it sound bland. It made it sound like
you can't even argue with it.
No,
it's hands down.
Until you have it, don't just think.
Yeah, don't be like, we only eat chicken, please.
No, this is But I would say you get on Belly, start putting in the places that you like.
Okay.
And other places will come up. I think the other date idea that I have is. It's called You Hate But She Loves date. This is one
that's
that
nice of you.
I think you have to pull out twice a year.
So
your
twice
face
is in your
just like you should do this more often.
So twice is in your 2 Fridays in January.
No. I do a You Hate She Loves more than that. Just for context, the you hate, she loves date is something that she like your partner would really, really appreciate, but they know you have no interest in.
Yeah, that is the idea behind the January date night. So you already have 2 right there.
But not always, because the Friends Museum or the Empire State, like some of the stuff we did, I had an interest in going. But I'm thinking of those things. Yeah, Friends.
Give me an example. Yeah, you would have never gone to. Don't even. Yeah, you're trying to cap me down right now. Like you would have gone to Friends.
I would not have made it there.
Interest level was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It was 0.
Yeah.
It might have been negative.
It wasn't negative. It was cool.
Okay.
I think the concept behind this is, I think the flip side of that maybe is when you plan days for us to like watch football, and I'm always like,
oh yeah, I do that. I'm nicer than you guys might think.
No, she's great.
So can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So love the concept. Love how I watch football with you. Do you know where this is going?
Are you gonna ask, what do you do with me?
Why won't you go see the Eras movie with me? Why won't you watch it with me on TV?
Whoa.
Why? Why won't you? Mm-hmm.
Did you ask me?
Yes, multiple times. No, I'm just so confused because you're drawing a direct line to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just so interesting.
No, it is very interesting.
It's so interesting.
The next date I did. See, that's how you do it. You just keep it rolling. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's okay. You don't need an answer. I just need just remember this conversation next time I ask you.
Put that one on tape, ladies and gentlemen. That's fair. Okay, here we go. The last one I was going to say is a fate date.
Fake?
Fate.
Oh, fate.
Date.
What does that mean?
So these are the times where you don't really know what you want to do. Uh-huh. But there's a bunch of things you could do. And sometimes we have decision fatigue, so we don't say, oh, I want to do this, this, and this. Yeah. So you just write them all down on a Post-it note, throw them in a bowl, and pick out 2.
Oh, I like that.
And do those. Or the other option is like, okay, I live here. I'm going to try a new neighborhood. Yeah. I'm going to go to the Beltline. I'm going to go downtown. I'm going to go to West Loop. I'm doing different cities. Yeah. Like, I don't know, whatever that looks like for you, but... You say
go to an area and just pick the area.
Pick the area and then I like that. This place is busy. Like
weather, it's like a weather thing though. That's like a good spring summer thing.
It is.
Pick the area and then start there. Start with a coffee shop. Move on.
Yeah. Oh wow. I love that. Start with coffee. Yeah. And you shop for a little bit and then you.
Well, because first of all, when you get to an area and 1, you need coffee, or 2, someone's like a little hungry, like maybe they need a pastry. Yeah. Like it can level set the blood sugar from the get go.
But blood sugar is gonna be the reason that we do everything. It's just like need food now.
Yeah, and then it needs to be walkable.
Yep. But I think those are some of the most fun days that we've had in New York. Yeah. Where we just have been bouncing around. You have a
drink John is my favorite day. when we do date days, like especially Saturdays, once I get a 2-drink John, I can take him shopping and he'll buy anything. That's how he bought this shacket. It's probably how he bought everything he wore this week is after 2-drink John. Am I wrong?
I will not. I can't even argue.
2-drink John is so fun.
I can't even argue.
Should I buy it? I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, don't go shopping with Caroline unless you want to try on the store. Literally will say to her, hey, before we go in here, I literally said literally like you. Literally.
Literally?
I will literally say to her, when we go in the store, I don't want to try anything on.
No,
she's like, oh my gosh, these jeans, they were made for you.
That's what I was gonna say.
Do y'all have this size, please?
No,
John,
no.
Please try.
Wait,
on.
Back up, because what you're really trying to say is you don't want to try on pants.
I don't want to try on pants. That's a cardinal sin.
How are you gonna buy pants when
you don't want to have to go in there and take off your shoes?
Right, but you have a big booty and you can't just buy the pants you see on the rack.
But I don't want to try them on.
Well, then how are you gonna get new pants?
We're gonna order 4 pair and I'll
No,
send them
we're
back.
gonna have 2-drink John go on and try on some pants.
Yeah, I don't want to get undressed in a
Well,
stall.
after 2 drinks, you don't seem to mind.
No, I still mind.
Oh, well, you don't say anything.
Yep, I try to keep it positive.
And now you have your coolest pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are our date night recommendations.
Yep.
We're gonna switch to a bit of a more serious topic.
Okay.
We got a lot of questions about handling interracial marriage. And we're not going to obviously do the whole episode on this, but we wanted to talk about it a little bit. And I wanted to get your unique perspective on some things just with like interracial marriage and how our experience has been with it.
Yeah. Well, I would say we came into this with our eyes open. It wasn't like we got married and then we said, oh, this might be different, or this might be hard for these reasons, or we might have to have these conversations.
Yeah.
We got in front of it and we were like, hey, we're going to do premarital counseling. And we want to really have conversations. We did.
And how did we even chose our premarital therapist?
We
or
made
I guess
sure, we made sure it was a person of color and also a woman, because I think just
that was for me.
Yeah, I think just both of those were super important for us. So I think number one, getting in front of it, it already allowed us to have some perspective when we came into marriage. There are going to be different conversations, especially when you talk about having kids, when you talk about families, when you're talking about feeling safe, when you talk about us being a unit and then going out into a world that is obviously a lot more diverse, but there still feels like there's a tinge of, be with, someone that fits into your culture, fits into, and
that's honest.
And honestly, like sometimes it feels easier, right? Like you don't have to have certain conversations, you don't have to have certain realizations, or you don't have to be exposed to different things in a certain way. It feels more comfortable. But I feel like us having those conversations beforehand just gave us a lot of strength as we just experienced things.
Yeah, I don't think that we avoided those conversations.
Yeah,
I will give props to you, because when you had those feelings or like obstacles, you came to me and we talked through them.
Yeah,
like it was never something that you didn't feel like you could talk to me about.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I feel like we're being vague. I guess like for just transparency, I feel like we had a very candid conversation about like just me feeling almost, I don't want to say like,
is guilty the right word?
Guilty is a version of it, but it was just, I just felt a way about the society that we live in and how Black people are treated, how Black women are treated. And I just felt like for me to be in an interracial relationship above all of that was kind of like, it almost felt tone deaf to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And I also didn't want to. I think one of the things I remember,
conflicted is the word.
Yeah, conflicted. That's the word right there. Just felt conflicted. Because for all of my life, I've been Black. Yeah. And I've had, or obviously I'm still Black now, but for all of my life, I felt this strong connection with being Black.
Yeah. And
people look at you a certain way, like Black people, the nod, like you have this, it's a sense of love and unity when you see somebody, especially in white spaces. And so I feel like them being with a white person made it feel like sometimes you just get a different look or you get a different vibe. And
or even when we had experiences where like it wasn't just a different vibe, like it was a comment.
Yeah.
Or it was something said to somebody else. Yeah. Or it was a look that was very clear given to you. Yeah. Like those were things that you were experiencing for the first time. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, like that hadn't been something that you'd experienced in your like Blackness up until that time. Yeah.
And so for me, I think one thing I had to remind myself was, number one, I kind of view the world through my lens, which is, I'm a Christian. And so I think like I always go back to that as like, I feel like for me personally, like I would have felt just as bad being like, oh, I can't be with somebody because of their color. Yeah. And saying, oh, I can only be with someone that is my same color.
And that was our conversation.
It's a flip of the coin.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it just gave me more confidence that what I was doing wasn't wrong. Obviously, it requires more work for both of us, but I think that work is worth it because we feel confident that we're doing this for the right reason. It's not like it's out of love. It's not, some like fetish or some weird. I feel like sometimes people try to.
I know. I feel like one thing that we definitely have learned as a tool, besides the point of like, do not avoid the conversation. Like you are not. I always say this, like, you're not better than anybody else's problem. Like, you're not bigger than this issue. Like, you can't get around it by ignoring it. And so I think that maybe for some people is probably a problem in itself. But I think that one of the biggest things and the first things that we learn is to view that other person as like an extension of you. So, like, if someone is treating you poorly, then they're also treating me poorly. Yeah. Or if I'm in a space where someone doesn't approve of you, then it's not that I just understand that they don't approve of you. It's that they must not approve of me either. Like, I also don't want to be in that space.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point. I think one of the things that also always stood out to me, and I always say this to people when I'm having like candid conversation or they ask me about this topic, is there's a lot of, it's an outside looking in.
Yeah.
A lot of people will make a judgment just by the first pass.
Yeah.
But every single person that you've met or that I've brought you into a room, now every room has not been receptive every single moment, right? But I feel like for the people that I've encouraged you to have a relationship with, whether it be mom, aunts, cousins, friends of the family, whatever it is, you've like created relationships with every single one of them in a way that has made me feel way more comfortable about who you are. Like, it's not like you're standoffish or you are unwilling to like
That's
be
that's a nice
yeah,
thing.
you do. And I say this to my friends too. I can take you anywhere. You're going to be fine regardless. You could be the only white person there. You're going to be fine because you just are such a bubbly spirit. And I know that you probably get nervous too because sometimes I feel uncomfortable when I'm in a space and I'm the only person of color. It can be weird, but I feel like your intentionality in those moments, I feel like shines through.
I do feel like one thing that we both learned from separate experience and then combined them, because there was something with you, like before we ever moved to New York too, was that if we couldn't bring that other person around with us, then we had no business being there either. And we like developed this theory that was like, would they have something negative to say to our child?
Yeah.
Like, would they reject half of the culture that our child came from or half of the heritage that our child came from? And if those were people that we brought our child around, would we be then embarrassed retrospectively that we ever like surrounded ourselves in that company?
Yeah. No, people make things clear.
Yes,
people
I do.
Make
Yeah.
things clear for you.
Yeah, 100%.
You kind of just pay attention to comments, pay attention to how they treat you, your partner. They make it clear. I would just say don't ignore those signs or don't ignore those things. I feel like it makes it's important.
Yeah.
It's important. Yeah.
I think another thing is like opening your eyes and like being aware. Communicate with the other person and be protective of the other person.
Like it's us against the world.
Yeah.
Like we're one. We're
Yeah.
a team. We're
Yeah.
in it for the long call. We're running this race together. So if you're my teammate, I want to be a protector of you, just like I want you to be a protector.
Yeah.
Of me. And obviously, like being open to have these
Conversations.
and not be. Sometimes it is like I don't even want to bring this up or I don't want to make it. It's like
Yeah.
nah, do it.
Well, because it does involve a lot of like, maybe you have an experience with like a family member or like a friend, and that involves a lot of like accepting something that you really don't want to be true.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just gets very personal. And so like once you understand that other people's opinions are not a reflection on like your love, you can not let it get to you, right? And like B, objectively see what's happening and find, I guess, like the ability to identify that and say like we don't really want to be a part of it without feeling like either you did something wrong or I don't know. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do. Encouragement is for people have candid, honest conversations. Like you said, don't be overly defensive of somebody.
Yeah.
Hear it with true ears to understand.
Yeah.
And not to reply, not to have a rebuttal. The whole goal is for you and your partner to feel good and to feel loved and respected.
It is. And I will say the other thing is like, do not scare to be ignorant about something. Like research is my best friend. Like, I'm sorry, but like I've had a tab about learning about hair types and all these different things for years.
Yeah.
And like, that's okay that I don't know those things. And also it is, if I'm going to be a mother to like a child that's biracial, it's expected of me to learn.
Yeah.
I will never feel bad that I don't already know, because that's true.
That's where you are.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to hold myself to the standard to learn.
Right.
So like,
don't let that be your forever excuse. Oh, I didn't know.
yeah,
so
well, it's not an excuse. Like, it's not a reason to feel like diminished.
Yeah.
Like someone shouldn't demean you for that, but like it is up to you to learn.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way sometimes. I'm one of 3 boys, and so I don't really know much about girls' hair in general.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna be right there with you. It's not like it's not obviously Like, there are things I know more than not, but
Right.
it's still going to be a journey altogether.
Yeah, it is. So I think that like learning is your best friend.
Yeah.
Research is your best friend. There's this phrase I like that's you don't know what you don't know. Go and figure out what you don't know, and then learn about it. And like, do not rely on other people to necessarily teach you, because all the information is out there. But don't be like embarrassed or let somebody make you feel bad that you don't know right now.
It's also the digital age. Like, you could probably go on Instagram right now and find 10 different couples that are sharing their experience, or of every different mixture or race or collab, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so just, it's out there.
Right.
Having the energy or the wherewithal to like actually go get that information. It's not like this isn't back in the day where you had to like try to go to a library.
But it can be stressful to lean into things, because sometimes you feel like somebody's telling you that you've done something wrong before you've even done it. Like for me, transparently, like mixed race children will often be candid about their experience growing up in that household. And sometimes listening to the good and bad of it can make you feel stressful about a situation before it's even begun. Like you're bound to do something wrong. Yeah. And getting over the fact that, like, I guess maybe swallowing my pride in that area.
I feel like that's parenting in general. We're not gonna be perfect parents.
Like, I love listening to that stuff now, because I feel like it's helping me learn, and it's helping me be aware, and also it's taking a little bit of the pride out of it for me. Like, okay, this might be a real feeling that somebody has. This might be a real feeling that my child has one day, and that's okay.
Yeah.
No.
And again, like, if the way I kind of think about it is, if you love your child, you might fail them in certain capacities.
Right.
We're not gonna bat 10 out of 10 and just knock everything out of the park. We're people too. We have flaws too. We have blind spots too.
I'll end it with this, is that I think that's one of the reasons that we are excited about pre-baby therapy. Yeah.
Super right.
And we like to be challenged.
Yeah.
And so I think that's helpful for us in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Cheers
okay.
Again, maybe.
Cheers again.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you too.
I know this is a stressful topic.
Oh,
Make your heart beat a little fast. Okay, so John, we have a lot of questions from the audience that we would like for you to answer for us.
Yeah, this is all right. I'm excited.
Do you need some more high noon?
No, I'm all right.
You cool?
I'm good.
Okay, fantastic. All right, let me know when you're ready.
Come on.
Why do you hate Christmas?
What type of question is this? I don't hate Christmas. I
didn't ask it.
I don't hate Christmas. I'm not the Grinch. What I do think though is I'm all about the reason for the season. And I think sometimes it gets turned into gifts and like, just look at me. And I'm about to give back. I'm about the
you
baby
can do
Jesus.
that. But why don't you? That's not the question, John.
So I don't hate Christmas. I love Christmas.
The question isn't about gifts. Why don't you like to spread reindeer food?
So yeah, reindeer food. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just learned that Santa wasn't real, like, just earlier.
Why don't you like matching pajamas?
Matching pajamas? Come on. I don't rarely wear pajamas. That's the thing. Like, what's really going on?
Why don't you like making cookies for Santa?
So I think all of this comes down to the fact that my wife is Mrs. Claus.
No,
my wife is Mrs. Claus.
Right, but
when the kids come, reindeer food, yeah. Right now, I just feel like I'm grown. I'm in my grown age.
You're gonna be so. I know, it's so annoying.
That's what it is. I'm grown.
I'm
not
so
a kid
annoying.
no more.
Like, you aren't. You're literally 27. Like, pipe down.
I know, but I'm not a kid. So
you think you're in such your little adult phase. I'm like, I am a kid. I'm a child.
Yeah, you're
because that
joyful. That's what it is.
It brings. No, life is hella stressful. Let's get that very clear.
No, I know, but
you want to like bring that stuff back. I mean, it doesn't hurt anybody to have Christmas spirit, John.
Why do you hate Christmas was the question. Yeah. That's gold.
So do you hate Christmas?
No, I don't hate Christmas. I want that mic check. I want that on the docket. I do not hate Christmas.
Do you feel like your level of Christmas enjoyment has increased over the years?
I just think we enjoy Christmas different ways.
Oh my God, you're saying that all these years of work and you don't enjoy Christmas?
Oh yeah. No, it's increased.
Oh my God, thank you.
There it is.
Wow, I was gonna have a bit of a
no.
Some
I'm looking
heart
at
palpitations
camera two. It's increased.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, moving on. What have you learned from? Have you read these questions yet?
No,
This is great for me. What have you learned from joining an all-girls family? This is so great. I'm so happy you haven't read these.
I've literally learned a ton. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a quick story. I don't even know if I can tell the story. I was like in the bathroom. I'm like, yo, what is this like soft? Like it's like a circle. I thought it was a makeup. I thought it was a makeup pad. It was and I was like, Claire, what is this? I'm like, why is this on the floor? Oh, that's a nipple cover. Oh my God. I didn't have my hands all on it, everything. I'm like, bro, what is going on? First off, y'all fight and then are best friends again in the same moment. I can't do it. Y'all would literally be in a screaming match. And then I have to leave the house and I come back and I'm like, y'all are all cuddled up on the couch.
One time, was this around our... No. One time we had two friends coming in town, Bryce and Chrislyn, for the beach. And when they pulled up, me and Sarah, so I'm the oldest. And then there's Margaret Rose, and then there's Sarah, and then there's Claire. There are four of us. Me and Sarah in such a bad fight. I don't know if Sarah's PMSing, but she's yelling at me out of the second floor window. And I'm in the backyard.
Yo.
And they come up, they pull into the driveway, they've gotten into town, they get out of the car, they come to the backyard. And John's like, you guys want to go inside and get a drink? They'll be done in a minute.
It's just so casual. It's so
not to romanticize fighting, but...
Yeah, no, it's not. It's yeah. I've learned a ton, though.
You've learned to knock on doors.
Yep. Oh, my gosh. I announce everything. John, y'all decent? Y'all good? Can I come up? Oh, yeah. All right, cool.
You've also learned not to lock the bathroom door.
I've learned to lock it myself.
No, but you're in there for so long, and we need to get in there.
Nah.
No, it's actually, I've unlocked it from you on the inside. I put the little thing in, and I push the lock up so that I can get in there, because you can't just take the bathroom offline for 40 minutes.
It is honestly, it is one of life's joys being a fly on the wall in an all-girls family. It really is. Y'all are...
It is a joy of life. I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah, no, seriously. I do feel... I feel like I've learned a ton.
Yeah. You feel like you could be a girl dad now?
Yeah.
Oh, slay. All right.
Pray for me in advance, but yeah.
You said it. Yeah. Okay. What is the most difficult thing about being married? But then I also want to know the best, because that's not a fair question.
Most difficult. Honestly, it's just
tread lightly.
Yeah, no. This is real. Like, it's just not doing what you want to do. Like, there are some times where you want to do A, and it might not be, you can't do it.
What do you mean? Like,
sometimes I'll just want to veg out and be in a dark room and watch like football all day.
Yeah.
But like, we might have already had commitments to do something. It's like, or like,
yeah.
You add
I'll take
in the
that.
holidays.
If that's your worst thing, that's fine.
You add in. No, I'm not saying.
We don't have kids, so yeah.
I'm not saying like I don't get to do what I want to do, but I don't get to do what I want to do. I don't. Not all the time.
Awesome.
Not all the time. No. I'm not saying that in a bad way. See, here I am qualifying it, but that's just, I don't know.
No, okay. Your feelings are valid.
At the end of the day, it's putting somebody else's needs before your own.
Yeah, that is stressful.
I think that way.
Yeah, being married is a job.
I go through my checklist that way.
Yeah, being married is actually a job.
Yeah, it's putting somebody else's needs before your own. If I could just think about me all day and what I need to do and what I want to get done, it would be.
It's a good job. It's a job I like doing, but it's still a job.
It pays dividends to the 10,000th degree.
But
because I love you and you love me, and it's special. But that is the hardest part.
Yeah, it is the hardest part.
That's like growing up.
What is the best thing?
Best thing is just like best friendship.
I know.
Yeah, you my best friend. This girl right here, she know me better than anybody.
It's so lit to live with your best friend.
We just be in the crib laughing.
Yeah.
About nothing.
Yeah.
I come home.
That is the best part, is you just get to live with your best friend, and you only have to have a 1-bedroom.
Yeah. Right. Share rent. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
Is marriage what you expected?
Marriage is about what I expected. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like share responsibilities, like just sharing life together, doing fun stuff. I feel like living in New York is awesome. Like, I'm glad we're doing this adventure, and it's been really, really cool.
Yeah, it's what I expected too.
Yeah,
it might be better.
Really?
Well, being married to you is exactly what I expected it to be.
Come on. You said yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I like that.
No, it's awesome.
That made me smile.
The best phase of our relationship has been marriage.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
We're firing. Obviously, like, we're
No, I think that's awesome.
I love it.
I love it too. Okay. What is the best way to tell your boyfriend what kind of ring you really want?
Yeah, I kind of feel like this is one of those conversations where you can be kind of upfront about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be like subtleties or like hot, like dropping links or something. It's like, hey, I always think, you're gonna wear this for the rest of your life, then let's do it together. You let me know the things that you like, the different things that you value over others, and then I think for me, I wanted to make sure that you were gonna smile every time you looked at it.
Yeah, I do.
So I think you can do that without, like, some people are like, oh, I don't, maybe it's an affordable thing. Yeah, you don't have to do that and go way out of depth, but you also can be thoughtful and not just do like, oh, this is what I like, so she'll like it too. I never really wore a ring, and I don't know if people, I know you wore rings before too, but I think just kind of having an idea of what you like made it special.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so just tell them.
Yeah.
Basically.
Talk to them, yeah.
Yeah, don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared.
And it's also, you just
like you have to live with that person for the rest of your life. You better not be scared to just tell them what you like.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know how, if you don't, there's so much bad jewelry in your future.
Yeah. Right, yeah, you're just going to get a random necklace and you'll be like, I don't even like.
And it really depends. We have friends who, like, their fiancés just are so great at jewelry and you already know that, so you're just not worried. But this is more for the person that you either have a really strong opinion or you don't think that they're going to know unless you tell them.
I kind of think guys don't also like pay attention to jewelry the same way. Like, some people are really good at it, but never really was paying attention to what colors you were wearing or what styles you like. It just wasn't on my radar.
Yeah. Okay. What is a boy perspective of how to approach the baby convo without seeming pushy?
Like timing?
Yeah.
What is the boy perspective without seeming pushy?
This is me telling you I want to have a baby.
You're
just
right.
kidding. I did not. Yeah.
Honestly, I think you have to have a unguarded conversation about the topic. How you do that, I don't know if it is, in 10-minute bursts. Mm-hmm. Like you say, hey, we're going to talk about this for 10 minutes and then we're going to stop. We don't have to go for an hour. We don't have to go for a day. We're not going to get upset. And then we're actually, after this 10 minutes is up,
I don't know when that has ever worked.
I don't know. I think if you could actually set a timer and you just kind of like, that's just kind of what I think.
Yeah,
it's just
somebody do that. Let me know if it works.
Yeah,
you just set a timer.
See, I might be a guru or something.
But how to? Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, you because basically, I think one thing that it just gets so heightened.
Can you give me some more wine?
So serious, yes. It just gets so heightened quick, and
but we want to know why guys get heightened quickly. Is the question.
There's all the pressure in the world, I feel like, for this.
Yeah, but like, this is the thing, is that your brain is like in alien form. So we're not like, we would love for you to dumb it down for us. Why does it literally freak you out?
Well, I can only speak for myself because I get scared about the prospect of being a father.
In the sense of raising a little person. And also changing the way I think. I already changed the way I thought. I was just kind of hitting on changing the way I thought to match your needs. But now I'm changing the way I think to match their needs. Yeah. And the prospect of doing that and still being a great husband and still working out and still doing all the things, I think is scary. I think everything about being a parent that I've seen, ain't nothing out there that say, oh yeah, it's easy. It's a walk in the park. You just be able to, no, everybody's like, dang, this is hard. This is tough. And I like that they're being real about it. Yeah. But it's like saying, oh, I'm going to just climb Mount Everest and just be chill. Like, nah, you going to have a little stress about that. You ain't just going to walk up to the mountain and just start climbing. You going to prepare. You going to pack. You going to second guess a little bit. You might get halfway up and be like, I'm going to pull back. You can't get halfway up and... Are you okay?
No, what do you mean?
You can't get halfway through the pregnancy and pull back.
I'm not saying halfway through the pregnancy. That's where you went in your mind. What I said was
you could get halfway. A metaphor.
No, I said you could get halfway through it, and then
I'm just saying your metaphor is going a little left for me.
I'll use the pull out phrase. How about that? That's what I was trying to get.
Do you really want to use that?
No,
phrase?
I didn't want to, but you made me go there. I didn't even want to say that. But I was saying, like, you don't have to go. Like, you might be thinking about it, and then you might pull back. I said pull back first, but you made me have to go to the out
answer to this question is that there isn't one. It's just stressful.
Next question.
Okay. 3 quick things every husband needs to know.
We're on a team, and it's us versus the world. Don't make it you versus your wife.
Okay.
Second,
Yeah.
when in doubt, the flowers route. Sometimes you're going to make a mistake. Sometimes you're going to say the wrong thing. Make it right.
Yeah.
Apologize. Be humble.
I think that's better than the flowers thing.
Yeah, get some flowers.
Well, I just want flowers for flowers.
Yeah.
If I lived in my perfect world.
We're going to do that as well. But
Are we? That's that one eyebrow just went up. That one
she gonna say
eyebrow.
that one eyebrow is when I ain't.
When you're lying, yeah.
The third thing I would tell husbands is, I don't know. I mean, I think this is like, I'm going to say this one, but it don't really apply to me. But it is a real thing. Like, the grass ain't greener.
Yeah. That's a great one. I've heard you say that to people before.
Because my thing is, you have put a lot of energy and effort into your relationship. And I kind of think in today's society, it kind of like glorifies like, oh, the next best thing, looking left and right. And I always just say, they breath stink. Like, whoever that is, whatever that, you don't really know. No one is perfect. And I'm not saying that there's.
Well, you romanticize people that you're not.
Until you get under the hood, and everybody has those things. I bring something to the table. You bring something to the table.
But a lot of people aren't really willing to like do work. Like the idea of doing work,
you gotta work,
makes them feel like it wasn't meant to be, and that's just so.
You're gonna have to work when you go to the other side. Whatever you go somewhere, you ain't never just gonna be workless. You're
not marrying yourself. Like you're two different people with two different brains and two different willpowers and two different ways of thinking and interests and hobbies.
Approach it from a compromise and a humility and like maybe, I don't know, get a third party.
I know therapy is never about it. Therapy can't hurt. No. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Don't be scared of something, because if you're that scared that it's going to rip you apart, then you probably definitely need to be going anyways. You know?
Cheers.
Yeah, that's dark, but it's true. Okay. What did you tell me that Taylor Swift was wearing to the game last week when I said, is my girl there? And you said, yeah.
She had a beanie on and a jacket.
Yeah. Are you aware that her jacket broke the internet? That it wasn't just a jacket? Because I feel like I can no longer go to you for my information.
Because she had on
because you said she had on a beanie and a jacket.
Yeah, she had on a Travis Kelce.
Yeah, made by an NFL player's wife. Yeah. Custom. Yeah, it's sick.
He was, and I shout out to him. He's not going to hear this.
No. He's husband of the year.
He's not going to hear it, but him going hard for his girl, that's I like that. I like that. That's how I feel about you.
Oh, you're cute. I know. Yeah. It kind of made me think of you.
I don't have his platform, but
he got the certificate that said most supportive husband from his team.
Come on.
That was lit.
Tough.
But that jacket,
he's like,
nothing like that is made for women. The way that you were just like, it's a puffer.
No, I just did. You know what it was? I think I was.
Yeah, what was it?
I think I didn't want to talk about Taylor Swift at that moment.
I know, which takes us way back to the beginning of this conversation when you said that do something she doesn't. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes we get caught just in the middle of something, a grave that we dug for ourselves. Right. That's fine. Okay. My last question for you is, what are your thoughts on the Roman Empire?
Stop it. She's asked me this before. Why do guys think about the Roman Empire? I don't even be thinking about the Roman Empire.
John literally said to me, he said, who thinks about the Roman Empire?
Like, y'all know y'all like out there just thinking about the Roman Empire.
John thinks that everybody's lying.
I think that might be boosted a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't think about the Roman Empire.
The Roman Empire? No.
John's answer to me was, do you mean the Bible?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we talking. Yeah, I guess if in that case, maybe sometimes, yeah, but jeez.
Yeah.
Just straight up, like, Rome? No. Why would I be thinking about that? The Colosseum? Just fighting lions and, yeah, no, I'm okay.
Okay, let's move to our Icks of the week.
Okay.
John, I'm going to let you go first.
Wow, ick of the week. So my ick of the week, ick of the week is bed spreading. Caroline, you. Last night I go to get water. I come back to the bed. I get back in and there's a sliver of bed left.
You went to get water?
I went to get water.
Oh.
And there was a sliver of bed left. You're terrible. I had to use the restroom and then I went to get water.
I spilled wine on my shirt and then I wiped it off and then I wiped what I wiped off on my pants, but it turns out I wiped out my lipstick, so now I spilled lipstick on my pants.
Spillage. Last ick. Rewind to the
my ick is that is your ick. You're literally 2 times larger than me, and you're complaining about how much space that I take up.
You're just oblivious about spills. All right, if you have a full cup of wine,
I'm not talking about the spill. I'm talking about the
like
bed
sitting
situation.
on your lap like that. It's like, why would you even do that?
I've made this clear before. I have a disease. Like, my hands do what they want to do. Second of all, my ick is why you take up so much space in the bed. When you're like, I'm taking up too much space, it's because I'm taking up more than 35%.
I literally sleep like the letter I. Caroline sleeps like the letter K.
Okay.
And just imagine if the bed, you basically are going to take
We're done with this conversation.
K, but K is going to be over my side.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Get it, IK.
All right. Where's mine?
My actual ick was the laundry. Every Friday, John wakes up. We send our laundry on Fridays, and we send our bed sheets out. John wakes up. It's 7:30. I'm still asleep. You want to call for laundry? I don't think that you. No, I don't think that you understand that. I'm still asleep in bed. Okay. To call for laundry means get up and strip the bed. Why would I want to call for laundry when I'm still asleep and I'm still using said bed?
Okay.
Or you'll say, I'm going to call the laundry real quick. And I'll say, please don't. Because I'm actually
the reason why
still using the bed with said sheets that I'm going to have to get up and strip to send the laundry out.
The place we went to before, apparently your phone just didn't connect to their systems.
First of all, that's not a lie.
I call and it works. And then you call and it doesn't work.
They have me blocked.
Well, she got blocked from the laundry.
People get blocked. Also, I didn't call.
This morning?
Yeah, I never called.
This is why I asked. Do you want me to call? No, I'll call. And then
no, I forgot.
I get home, it's like big bad laundry.
No, I forgot.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Moving on.
You know, got a couple empty bins. We also been traveling, like no clothes.
Listen, I forgot, and then it was way too late for that to just even be worried about. Awesome, fantastic.
There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Let's play Love or War.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I need to get my Love or War card.
You do need to get your Love or War cards. Let me put my wine down.
Okay.
Our Love or War is a game where we read out scenarios and we say whether we love it or it means war. John is going to read us some.
Here we go. Husband tells mom she's hungry or she wants to.
That is war.
What does that mean?
Like, you do not understand.
What do you mean?
If you ever went downstairs to your mom and she wasn't making anything and you were like, Caroline's hungry. Like,
I mean,
no, and that's the thing, is that men do this. I am not your scapegoat. Don't say, like, first of all, if your mom is...
because I'm really hungry, but I'm putting it off on you type?
Or even if I am, take the bullet, John. Take the bullet. Like, if we're going out to dinner, but your mom's cooking dinner, and you have not communicated to her that we're going out to dinner, which happens all the time.
You got to take it from me. No. I'm the kid. I'm the son, though.
No. That you go downstairs and you say, Caroline wants to go out to dinner. Don't you dare do that.
Caroline's friends are in town.
No.
Hey, some of Caroline's friends are in town. We're actually supposed to be
That's why this is on Love or War, because it's like, do you think?
But that's the thing. It's like blank, like, just like, so if we're at your house.
No.
And your mom made dinner. And you're like, oh, some of John's friends are in town. I was like, yeah, sorry, my friends are in town.
You want to know what happened last time I said, oh yeah, John wanted to eat in the airport? That was war for everybody. I should have taken.
No. And I ate it. I was like, yeah, I did.
Because you actually did.
I did.
And I had to throw you under the bus for that because I knew that I was going to be in trouble or you were going to be in trouble.
Under there.
Well, I wanted you to be in trouble.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be in trouble. It wasn't my decision. But in the end, I could have come on and said, everybody shut up, leave me alone. I was hungry. And you weren't going to go stick up for yourself like that. So then I realized maybe I should have just thrown myself under the bus, not you.
I felt comfortable that time. I said, hey, I hadn't eaten.
Be mad at me for as long as you want.
I'm cool. Y'all can be upset.
Yeah. But in general, don't do that.
Okay. That's fair. I see it.
If you want to go somewhere, you want to go somewhere.
That's war.
Okay. Now read me the second one.
Husband buys carnations. Oh my gosh. Husband buys carnations instead of roses for Valentine's Day, or multicolored dyed roses resembling Joseph's coat of many colors Walmart version. Love or war?
That's war.
Yeah. This is wow. Yeah, the reason this is funny is because on a specific Valentine's Day, John came home with flowers. Caroline,
that were multicolored dyed roses of very interesting colors, resembling Joseph's coat of many colors from Walmart.
Caroline was like, I don't like roses. And I'm like, oh, okay. So
no, roses still for Valentine's Day. Anyways, you still do roses for Valentine's Day. And you know what? You came home with roses and they were purple, pink, blue, green, red.
Blue. Stop it. That's how I did not bring no blue roses home.
That's how I remember them.
Wow.
That's how I remember it.
You okay?
That's how I remember it.
She cried at my.
Yeah, I did shower. I shower cried, and I'm not embarrassed about it.
Imagine bringing flowers home, man. You would get tears.
John, you didn't, but you went to the nearest bodega.
Nearest is strong.
The second nearest bodega.
But that wasn't the only thing I did, though. That was just a. That was.
Well,
just
that's the only thing I remember.
That was just a start.
That was the end of the day, sir.
No, that was.
Oh no, receipts. No, I could prove it.
Well, we'll have to circle back, ladies.
Yeah, no. End of the day.
All right.
But then last year he got me flowers from my favorite florist ordered, and they were beautiful, and they lasted a long time. That's war. Okay. No, I love you though.
Love you.
You were just having a busy week. Okay. Wife plans and pays for a surprise luxury vacation.
I mean, I need more.
Are you gonna say war?
No, I just need more details because it's like, did y'all like? Is it within the budget or is it like, is it doable? Or
I mean, she pays for it.
But
she didn't charge it. She paid for it.
Was the last dime? Was it the last dime?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say love. That's sweet. It's a sweet thing.
You're telling me that you would go on that vacation and be cranky?
No, I wouldn't go on a vacation and be cranky. But let's just say y'all was just like You're
getting a real honest John right now because he actually might go on it and be cranky.
No. Let's say y'all just had a powwow about like, hey, we need to come back and save, and then like next week it's like,
yeah,
that would be war. But generally, no, that's love. That's
okay. Nice. You come home to an entire room redecorated.
Wow. War zone.
No, really?
Not really, but I like to think of myself as part of our home.
What about the time I built that desk?
No, that was cool. That wasn't a whole room redecorated. Actually, it depends on how it looks. Like, imagine that you walked in the, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie
like that time I went to the fabric store and got that swatch of pink and white striped fabric for the couch?
Yes.
You didn't like that?
I did not.
I was kind of upset that I even asked you, honestly.
Room, like, should fit both people, especially a one-bedroom apartment. Like, it can't just feel like it's just your apartment. I want it to feel like it's our apartment, our home.
Okay.
Boo-doo, bebop. What was that? The robot noises? That was bad.
Listen.
All right.
A cute apartment's a cute apartment.
Yeah, but everyone is like,
apartment is not a cute apartment.
Did this, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but no. But don't even listen to them.
Right.
Don't like, listen to them, John.
I don't even know you live here.
Listen, John, don't listen to them.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, that's because either they have bad taste or they're used to living with guys that have bad taste.
Love it.
It's one or the two. Okay, so we're going to wrap up our episode.
Yep.
Any last words from you?
No, this has been great. This has been fun.
Yeah?
Thank you to the podcast people in the background. Thank you to Caroline and Nicole for having me on. And yeah, I feel like this hour plus flew by.
Yeah.
And who knows? I might have to get my own little podcast going.
Okay.
That was a joke.
Good for you. Okay, let's cheers. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next Tuesday on Honey We're Home. And you can follow us at Honey We're Home Pod. And until then, have a great week.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Thank y'all for having me.